Welcome back in trackside. Once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinity Series hits the track. Once again, season number 9. Ready to kick off here tonight in the Sunset Boulevard. 170, that's right, 85 laps around this 2-mile track, nestled just about 2 hours west, or east, east of LA. Drivers back in behind the wheel of their familiar machines. Track temperature looking good here tonight in the Premier Racing Setup Pole Award session. Qualifying underway. Top of the speed charts. Quick time here tonight belongs to Clark Jenikin behind the wheel of that number 8 machine, a 40:14 fast time for Jenikin. As we've got about, looks to be about 2 minutes remaining on the stopwatch here in qualifying. Over 25 drivers slated in to start tonight's Sunset Boulevard 170, just around the corner from firing things off. So what do you say we take a little look at that leaderboard? Clark Jenikin fast time here tonight. TJ Grober back in second. Nick Burlow there in third. Looks like the graphics messing with us a little bit. Doug Argabright inside of the top 10. Nicholas Wing sits final driver inside of that top 10. Just a handful of guys left here. 45 seconds remaining here in qualifying. Who's going to take the top spot? Who's going to take that first pole position of the season? Clark Jenikin in control. Quick time, 40:14. So as the music fades and time ticks away, drivers only about 15 seconds remaining. Nobody's going to be able to do it. Clark Jenikin will bring us to the green flag for the first time here in season number 9. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Head back trackside for your starting lineup. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting in air, gave proof
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
And right back at it for all you adrenaline addicts. Field, given the word to roll, we are set to get underway. Tonight here in beautiful sunny California. How you doing? How you feeling? Out there in TV land, race fans, glad you could all join us here tonight. Ready to roll tonight, starting inside row number 1, your premier racing setup, pole award winner, behind the wheel of that fast number 8, Clark Janikin. Daniel Jensen going to start just to his outside with Grober and Burlow back in row 2. Row number 3 here tonight from Auto Club, Alan Bledsoe and Christian Abati. Cody Schultz, Derek Moore back in row 4, rounding out your top 10 to 39 of Michael Overstreet and the 41 of Doug Argabright. Nicholas Swing, Brenda Mathia back in row number 6. Row number 7 here tonight from Auto Club Speedway, Alex Wiggins and Patrick Coro. Andrew Conville, Anthony Shook in row 8. Row number 9, Brian Tarnowski and Ed Hauck. 97 of Lieutenant Carlos Ramos back on track and in action inside row number 10. Miller to his outside, Dofing, Hartman, Gage, Strauss. Finishing out the field, drivers off of 4 for the first time. We're ready to roll here at Auto Club. And as the music fades, engines come to life, and just like that, green flag flies for the first time here in season number 9 for the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinity Series. Easy run through 1 and 2 for race leader pole sitter Clark Janikin, easily out to a 2-car length advantage. Down into 3, doubled up back from there. 3 wide a little further on. Nicholas Swing right here. 45 with Christian Abati, man in the middle, stuck in the sandwich. We've got one doing some landscaping down there on the bottom of the racetrack. Gonna have to merge back up onto the racing surface. Everybody clean and clear. Lap 1 behind us here in season number 9. So drivers can breathe a little bit easier, but Abati here flirting with disaster. The 16 just is outside. Good run to the high side for Derek Moore, fighting on the outside. He's going to get a good run and clear into 3. Drivers all over each other all throughout this field early here tonight. Let's go back out front. Race leader still Clark Janikin, Jensen, Schultz, and Grober. Throwing the gauntlet at it right now. Look at Alan Bledsoe hanging it to the high side behind that iconic DuPont number 24. Great run off of 2. And look for a lot of these guys to utilize that high run, that high side run. Especially out of turn number 2, you can really get a launch. If you're able to keep it center off, you can really get a huge launch down the very long backstretch here at Auto Club Speedway. Oh, 1, 2, 3 drivers into the outside wall. 3 drivers into the outside wall. Lap number 3 on, well, in the books. Lap number 4 on the board. Still with a little bit of problems here, so we're going to see if we can't get that one fixed up for you. And it still wants to be a pain in the butt. That's always wonderful. We're going to keep it rolling anyway. Clark Janikin is your race leader. Daniel Jensen right behind him. Cody Schultz, Grober, Bledsoe rounding out your top 5. We're going to see if we can get that worked out here. Interesting little moment, so we'll see how we get for this one. As we continue around the track. Out front, Clark Jenkin, Daniel Jensen still trying to get around, trying to find a way, get that yellow Budweiser number 4 up to the front of this field. 1, 2, 3, right where they started here tonight. 1, 2, 3 on the racetrack. Bledsoe now searching the bottom, entering 3 and 4. He was running that high lane, now searching for a little speed elsewhere on the track. And you gotta go where they're not, right? I mean, drivers migrate to the top. You got to try to make the passes at the bottom. You can't run into the tire tracks and expect to make passes. Great start to tonight's race. Drivers battling on these 5 opening laps. Everybody looking like they're starting to get a single file mentality. Bending out a little bit through these corners. Big run now to the outside. Grover might have an issue here. Grover on the bottom of the track. Cody Schultz looking to the high side for a moment. Not going to take the opportunity to pounce just yet. Better think about it soon, because Bledsoe's closing in, and I promise you, driver behind that wheel of that 24, he'll take it there if he's got to. Great racing action at the front of the field. We're going to take a little look back around that top 10 position. There's Nicholas Swing, driver behind the wheel of his Toyota Supra, fastest Supra in the field here tonight, up 1 position from where he qualified. Across the start-finish line, lap number 8 going to go on the board wing as Wiggins closing in. McConville not too far off from them. Big battle now between Overstreet, Argabright, and Hauck. You can see that number 7 of Ed Hauck. Brian Tarnowski right behind him. So it's not just the guys at the front. There's battles all over this 2-mile track. We're going to jump around a little bit. That one of Brendan Mathia. Take a look at this matte black number 1 Chevy Camaro making his way up through this field. Up 4 positions from where he qualified, so the one definitely has some speed in the short run. We're going to see if it pans out and plays out for him in the long run. Searching the bottom of the racetrack. Whoa, big moment there for Nicholas Swing. Almost into that outside wall out of turn number 4. You can see off in the foreground, Bledsoe and Grover still going at it for position. Bledsoe to the high side once again. Let's take a look at this 24. And a little look off of the tail end of the 24. One of our many Chevy onboard cameras throughout this field here tonight. Taking a look back, you can see the 18 of Grover to the inside. There's Cody Schultz dropping 1 position now. We'll head deep in the field. Mike Overstreet, one of our next Chevy drivers with an onboard camera shot for us. Great little look here as Andrew McConville starts to close in. Battles all over the racetrack as we toss that timing scoring back over there to the left-hand side of your screen. And for the moment, it kind of, I hate to say it, ladies and gentlemen, it kind of is what it is. We'll try to work our way through it and around it, but for the time being, it looks like this timing and scoring may be just a little bit of a mess is how we'll word it. So we'll kick it to you old school. We'll give you the rundowns. We'll hopefully get all of that worked out. We've got people over here beside us going through, getting everything worked out. We'll bring it back just as soon as we possibly can. Back to the front, though. Alan Bledsoe, we talked about him running that high side. He's running a further distance around the racetrack. Not a lot of people go through that when they're breaking down strategies. You run that high side, you're going to use a little more fuel. You're going to be running a longer distance around the racetrack. You may be using a little bit more of that right rear. You can see it step out just a little bit there off of 4. And here at Auto Club, hanging that right rear out too many times, it's going to cause you a little bit of a problem. You can see already Bledsoe feeling the effects of that little slide. That miscalculation has compounded into losing a position and pounced on by, I believe that's going to be Burlow now. No, that's going to be the 5 of Cody Schultz right behind him. So as things calm down just a little bit here at the front, we've still got this 3-4 car battle raging on here for that 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th position on the racetrack. We're going to look a little further back in the pack, just outside of your top 10. Hot Wheels, number 41 of Doug Argabright, looking sporty now, closing in on his fellow Toyota driver. Only 4 of those Supras in the field here tonight. The field dominated really by those bow tie Chevy, looking to show up Ford here tonight. Last I checked, well, we're not going to get into that. We're just not. I was going to say last time, but you know what? I'm not even going to. No, just stop. Stop. Driver single files across the line. Lap number 15 going to go on the board here in the Sunset Boulevard 170, brought to you by the ASMR. Hauck Designs Xfinity Series. What a run for the opening 8 seasons. You can look back and find a lot of it in the library right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Your home for the American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Designs Series. Been running for a very long time. A lot of familiar faces in familiar places. Speaking of which, look at the man out front. Driver putting in work behind the wheel, crossing the line, leading all 15 laps behind us as 16 gets underway. Quickly clicking them off here as Janikin opening up that race lead. Now just about 3/4 of a second separate himself from Jensen. Burlow falling a little further behind us. He's still under fire. This is where the big battle is. So we're going to kind of focus right here for a little while. Let's keep it right here because we've got about 5 drivers fighting for that final podium position. Closing in again, Brendan Bathia now up 6 positions from where he qualified. Whoa, big trouble. 56-39. No, that's going to be 39. Michael Overstreet trouble for Overstreet. How in the world did he save that thing? There's been a few times we may have said it in the course of our career, but that right there was a wreck without a crash. That is what you call crashing in style. For those of you that know, you know. For those of you that don't, well, you're going to have to figure that one out on your own. Anthony Shook doesn't look to be shook here tonight by this big field, this giant track. Oh, just as we say that, into the outside wall. He's going to pick up the latest California stripe. And here at Auto Club, it's almost getting likened to a Darlington, right? A lot of drivers going to walk away with some right rear damage from scraping it off of that outside wall, especially out of turn number 4. That thing can kind of creep up on you a little bit. You think you made it, and you just squeeze it into the outside wall a little bit. Going to keep our eye right here on this battle as it continues to unfold. Nick Burlow going to move to 3rd. Cody Schultz back and forth. Brandon Bethia rounding out your top 5 now. TJ Grover, Alex Wiggins, Derek Moore, and Christian Abate, your top 10. Gage going to move his way inside of the top 15. Dave Gage in the 404 machine. Let's take a look at Gage. How many cookies did the PR Taco Palace 404 have here tonight? Let's get an over or under. What do you say? Let's make a new game about this. For those of you that have been around a while, you know, and again, if you know, you know. How many cookies was it? We're going to go with 5. Lock it in. That's my answer. 5 cookies. If we've got an opportunity to talk to him in the post-race show, we're gonna get an answer on that one. Telling you, new game, be a winner. I don't know what you're gonna win, but it'll be something. Maybe a high 5, thumbs up. I don't know. We'll think about getting you something somehow. Not much going on at the front of this field. We're going to take a look really quickly here at your race leader, Clark Janikin. Walking away with this thing at this point in time. 1 second advantage out of turn number 4 this time around. Lap number 21 will go on the board. Daniel Jensen sitting in second behind the wheel of that Budweiser. Number 4 machine. Right where he qualified in that second position. So fast speed so far here tonight. Only one that's been able to somewhat keep pace with Janikin out front. Big battle. Still raging on. Third on back. Nick Burlow, Brendan Mattia, Cody Schultz, TJ Grober. All right here, you can see him throw a blanket over top of him, looking for yet another position. Mattia now up 8 spots into 4th. Long green flag run to open things up here tonight. The Sunset Boulevard 170 brought to you by the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinity Series. 21 laps behind us. Lap number 22 going to go on the board, so we're already eyeballing green flag pit stops. They could be within 10 laps. So look for drivers to start setting a mark, getting an idea of where they're going to have to come to pit road, where they're going to have to start making their way off of the racing surface. A little more forgiving here at Auto Club, but if you wait too late, it's going to be a big lock up, and you're going to have to hope you don't slide into pit road and get popped early with a pit road penalty, especially with the way this race is unfolding. This looks to be a green flag race. Long green flag run to open things up. Burlow with the lead. Cody Schultz still going at it. 3rd, 4th, 5th. On the racetrack, a little further on back. Battles outside of your top 10. Well, let's go. Here, Nicholas Wing. Derek Moore, Christian Abati. There you can see that turn 3. Number 91 sponsor machine firing things off. Big run through the corner. Check out Patrick Cora. Big run for Cora. Abati get a look for the crossover back to the bottom of the racetrack as they head off for 4. Three cars tangling. 4 position heading down into turn number 1. Abati back at the bottom, Coro on the top. Carlos Ramos right there. Lieutenant looking to make his way up through this field here tonight. Started back in the 19th position, held at number 97 up to 14. Take a spot away from Abati, looking to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to make some short work of Patrick Coro. The number 16 of Derek Moore going to slide way up the racetrack with Trio. Will reel him in. And again, it's something we like we like to say about ourselves. It's not just about the guys running at the front, right? Let's not give all the attention to the race leader. Let's give the attention to the boys mixing it up all over the racetrack. We've got battles inside the top 5. We've got battles inside of your top 10 back around that 15th position as well. And we've got driving to pit road. Number 24 of Alan Bledsoe going to pull to pit road. Green flag pit stops have begun here for the first time in season number 9. Alan Bledsoe going to pull to pit lane. Let's head around the racetrack a little bit, guys. Let's head up here. There you go, up near the front of this field. Clark Jenikin still your race leader, Daniel Jensen right behind him. Say right behind him, it's about a 2-second advantage for Jenikin across the line this time around. Top 6 all going to stay out on the racetrack. Make that your top 10. Burlow going to secure the 3rd position for the time being. Brandon Bethea closing in, running in 4th now. Cody Schultz back to 5th. TJ Grover going to drop 3 spots. He sits in 6th. And Bledsoe on pit road for an extended stay. Trouble strikes the 24. He's going to follow multiple laps down now. Derek Moore making his way down pit road. Is this a scheduled stop? 16 Ford Mustang going to head to pit road. A lot going on here at Auto Club to open up season number 9 for the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinity Series, brought to you by in partnership with Butt Kicker. As always, their haptic transducers can put all of the feeling beneath your feet. Cody Schultz gonna make his way down pit road. Looks like Derek Moore scheduled stop for that number 16 machine. He will fall off of the lead lap. Good to see race leader Clark Jenikin make his way halfway down the backstretch. 2-second advantage now back to Jensen, who has almost a 3-second advantage. The demand now sitting in 3rd, up 9 positions from where he qualified. Brandon Fear on a tear. To the front of this field, Alex Wiggins right behind him, also up 9 positions. Looks like he's going to head to pit road. Wiggins going to stay out. Gage stays out as well. Now cracks in to the top 5 for the first time. You know, we're going to jump on board here. Do we got that on board gyro cam here tonight? There it is, on board here with the PR Taco Palace Margarita Bar 404. Machine of Dave Gage. And we gave Dave a little bit of, well, we were on him last season, right? These Hauck Designs drivers were behind the wheel of the Gen 4 machine. It did not agree with Gage whatsoever. Just a very, very rough season. And Gage already showing the caliber of driver, the talent that he does indeed possess here, starting tail end of the field, making his way up into the double digits in passes made. Gained over 10 positions before the pit stops began. Now inside of the top 5, up 18 positions from where he qualified. Look for this 404 to be a part of the discussion as we get closer to the end of tonight's race. 31 laps in, green flag racing since we drop the hammer here tonight. What a run to open things up. More drivers heading to pit lane. As a matter of fact, everybody inside of your top 8 gonna come except for the 11 of Alex Wiggins. He's gonna stay out on the racetrack. Collect the lap led here tonight from Auto Club. Zach Miller and Andrew McConville also gonna keep their machines out on the racetrack. So Jenikin, Jensen, Grover, Gage, Ramos, as well as Shook and Dofing on the pit road. Wiggins able to keep it out there yet another lap here, so we're going to see how long he can indeed keep it up out there on the racetrack. And timing scoring getting worse and worse as the night goes on, so we're going to continue to try to kick it old school. We'll be able to fix it under commercial break, but until then, we're just going to soldier on here tonight. We do apologize to all the fans in TV land You're just going to have to listen to me rattle things out for you instead of being able to find your favorite driver over there on the left-hand side. But it is what it is. The Michigan Wolverines sponsor number 11 machine showing away the 11. You can see the flames out of the tailpipe. He's coming to pit road. This time around, that's going to hand the race lead over to Zach Miller. A little bit of exhaust flame as Miller slows down. He's going to head to pit road. Brian Chanowski going to be the last driver to pit here tonight. The 28 heads to pit road. This time by, that's going to complete the round of green flag stops, and there it is. Man out front showing the way. Clark Janigan going to take back the top spot this time around. So a good run there for Janigan. Brandon Mathia picking up 2 positions here on the pit stop. He's going to move his way into second. Daniel Jensen going to fall back to third. Doug Argerbright will sit in fourth with Derek Moore rounding out your top 5. Less than 10 laps away from the halfway point. What do you say we give it to you just a little bit early? Gonna go through your driver highlights and spotlights, give you your mid-race report and a rundown. We'll start right here at the front of the field. The man showing the way, he's only given up the race lead coming to pit road. Your Premier Racing Setup Pole Award winner behind the wheel of that fast number 8 machine, the Las Vegas native. Looking sweet here tonight at Auto Club. Clark Janigan leads the way. Leading the way in. Passes being made here tonight. Brandon Bethia going to pick up 10 spots from where he qualified behind the wheel of that Quick Trip Camaro. Quick trip to the front of this field, no pun intended. Up 10 spots from where he qualified, Brandon Bethia now sits in second. Daniel Jensen going to round out your top 3. Drivers started in that second position behind the wheel of that number 4 Budweiser machine. Jensen, one of the drivers that we're going to have to keep our eye on all season long. Expect to see him running up near the front this entire season. We're going to head back now to the driver sitting in the 4th position, up 6 spots from where he qualified, making the trip east 2 hours away from home, and Doug Argerbright looking to break into a podium position, sitting in 4th for the moment. He's got a hungry Christian Abati all over him. We know Abati's got speed. We know he's got talent. Now breathing down the neck of Argerbright. Abati gonna round out your top 5. We're gonna highlight this man right here. Big moves early here tonight. The Orlando native soaking up the sun here on the west side of things. Gage enjoying a spot inside of the top 10, up 15 positions from where he qualified. Man, you can't ask for a much better run to start things off here tonight in season number 9. Dave Gage, your biggest mover. So that's going to do it for your driver highlights and spotlights. We're going to jump back, take a look at some of the action around the track as we now give you your mid-race report. 24 drivers took to the starting grid here tonight. Looks like only 21 will finish already. 3 drivers listed down and out of tonight's race. We are sitting with still 20 drivers on the lead lap as we close in on the halfway point. Less than 5 laps away, 10 miles of racing remain before we hit that halfway point. So if you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Let them know you enjoy the content being brought to you week in and week out on your home for e-speed. That's right, it's the ASMR, or Hauck Designs Xfinity Series, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So remember to join us in that push to 4K. Drop these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and as always, smash that bell. Over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, or anybody else at the headquarters, we appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there would be no us. You are why we do this. We appreciate that push to 3,000. We're already making some moves to 4. Keep that thing going. Let's build this thing on up. Again, thank you to each and every one of you tuning in here tonight. We're going to watch this battle unfold now between Nicholas Wing, Alex Wiggins, Ramos back in the back. He's trying to close in on it. Coro looking to the high side. Got a little sweet spot for that 91. I'm not going to lie. He's flying the flag on the side of it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta hang out here with my boy. I mean, we're going to discuss that flame. Because, you know, I'm not quite so sure. But, I mean, you seen the hood of this car? Have you seen it? If you have, oh, well, we're going to get another look. We're going to get a little closer if we can. Do we got the nose cam on this one? There it is. Look, it's yours truly. Man, I'm telling you what. This thing looks good. Just saying. Just saying. Hate if you want to. I love it. We're gonna go around the racetrack now. Oh boy. We're gonna hear about that one, I can assure you. Drivers ventured into that 30 lap round before having to come to pit road for the first time, so got ourselves a good 20 plus laps before we see our second round of green flag pit stops unfold out front, well and away from this field, closing in on the back end of some of the back markers. Clark Janikin setting sail now. 4-second advantage now over Brandon Bethea, sitting in second, up 10 spots from where he qualified. Just an amazing run here for Janikin. Somebody's going to have to pump the brakes on that thing. Closing in on Bethea now is Jensen, looking to get that second position back. About Tour Carlin's back, heading through the center of 1 and 2. They'll close in on exit. Not quite able to make the run. Big battle there between Argabright, Grover, and Abati. You can see Christian Abati in the 45 starting to close in. Them up close and personal sights and sounds here from around Auto Club Speedway. You're watching the Sunset Boulevard 170, brought to you by the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinity Series. Some of the battles have dissipated. Some of the battles have gone away. We're going to keep it right here with one of your closest battles on the racetrack. One of your biggest battles, as a matter of fact. The 18 of Grover along with Argabright and Abati going at it. Closer battle now between the 41 and the 45. They're going to battle for the final spot inside of the top 5. We're looking at the stopwatch here. We're taking a look, and not to just build them up, to hopefully get let down, but Dave Gage pitted on lap number 31. He's got some pretty fresh tires. He's got some pretty good speed. Up 16 positions from where he qualified, now sliding into 7th, just past the halfway point. I would expect to see Gage inside your top 5. Ow. Maybe before. It's going to be close. Maybe before the round of green flag pit stops begin. Can you imagine? going from outside of the top 20 to inside of the top 5 within 66 laps. Amazing. That's going to set things up for a big run to the end, right? We're gonna have our shortest stint of the night, theoretically, the shortest stint of the night, coming at the end of tonight's race. So with that in mind, does a crew chief bring one of their drivers down early? Right, think about it. We have drivers to pit road from lap 29 all the way to 33. So you do the math. 33, 66, 99. That is 14 laps more than what you need. So do you go 33 and then run 14? Come to pit road somewhere around lap 50? 51? Knowing you can go 33 laps, do you come get those fresh tires that much sooner? About halfway through the rest of the field's green flag run, you're going to be picking up or putting on pace for a very long time. A short pit now could possibly be the race winning move. We're going to speculate on that. We're going to head back to the battle here. It's 3 drivers mixing things up. Nicholas Wing, Carlos Ramos looking for a top 10 for the first time here tonight. Patrick Coro, the 41, sliding backwards into that 12th position now. Nicholas Wing just kind of stagnant for the moment. He's just kind of been stuck around this 10th position. 10th, 11th, 12th, just hasn't really been able to move forward from there. So a little bit of a rough night. A good points night, but a little bit of a rough night behind the wheel of that 99 Toyota Supra. And speaking of Supras, the Super Supra. No, God, let's not ever do that again. Showing the way, leading the Toyotas in the field here tonight. Rounding out your top 5, you can see right there the 41 machine of Doug Argerbright, making his way through 3 and 4. Clark Jenikin out front, showing the way. That Chevy flagship has stepped out to almost a 6-second advantage now. We're going to need a caution if anybody's going to want to do anything for Jenikin. Either that or he's going to have to perish from self-inflicted wounds. Maybe start California dreaming a little too early, I don't know, but right now, I don't think anybody's got anything for him. We talked about him making some moves, making some headway, and being inside of the top 5 very shortly. Well, here he is. Dave Gage from the rear of the field, looking to the inside of Abbasi, now out of turn number 4. Battle for 6th position begins. We're going to go high above the track with one of our turn 3 drone cams here tonight. A handful of drone cams being piloted by some of our good buddies. We're not going to mention their names here tonight. They wish to remain anonymous. They don't like to take a lot of credit, so we'll give them their dues when it's time. But taking a look now at that PR Taco Palace, number 4 for Dave Gage as he starts to reel Abbasi back in a lap ago. Had a look to the inside. Didn't quite pan off. He's going to reset. Trying to rerun. Or retake the position. Mathia and Daniel Jensen starting to mix things up. Second and third a little closer here as the quick trip number 1. Up 10 positions here tonight. Great run so far for Mathia, knowing that he was on to pit road about 2 to 3 laps before that. Budweiser number 4 are the tires showing up here at this juncture. We're going to see drivers to pit road in less than 10 laps. Opening things up for less than 30 laps to the end of tonight's race. Sitting right now just 2 laps away from 30 to go. The driver's been pounding the pavement all night long on the loud pedal since the word go here tonight. The Sunset Boulevard of 170 with the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinity Series. Quickly underway. 39 of Michael Overstreet listed off of the lead lap. First driver off of the lead lap. We do believe in that lucky dog position as Clark Janikin has well and put him a lap down. Let's, you know what? This is your closest battle on the racetrack. We're going to keep it here. We've got 3 separate battles, 3 close, tight battles on the racetrack. We're going to keep it right here for a moment with the battle between Mathia and Jensen. It's going to be a battle for the final spots inside of your podium. And if you're Brandon Mathia, you know you made a short pit, right? Now, how much do you fight right here? Right, their crew chiefs is kind of being here too. Hey, look, we're in our fuel window with 30 laps to go here. We're in the fuel window. If he gets to us and starts pressing, let him go. Let him go. Let's get to pit road. Let's try to recover the back end of this thing. And we're going to go head down, elbows up from here on out. Bring that thing to me nice and easy. Don't speed. Biggest thing right now, with the way this has unfolded tonight, we cannot afford a pit road penalty, and we have green flag pit stops underway. Derek Moore, Nicholas Wing, and Andrew McConville all to pit road. Your second round of green flag pit stops underway here tonight in the Sunset Boulevard 170. Big puff of smoke there as Daniel Jensen begins to head down pit road. Christian Avanti also going to head to pit road. Almost a 7-second advantage for race leader Clark Janikin. Well out front. He might be heading to Phoenix already. I don't know. I know Phoenix that is not where we are heading next week. Let's just make that clear. Just kind of poking a little fun. Because he's gone. Man, just... So driver's going to go from the west side to the east coast next week. Well, close enough to the east coast. We're going to hit up Atlanta Motor Speedway, followed up by the Tricky Triangle Pocono Raceway, and then back down to Daytona for the PR Taco Palace 187 at Daytona. Got a lot of great racing coming up. Kern County Speedway also on the calendar here this season, so keep your eyes peeled for that. We're about 4 short weeks away from visiting Kern County Race Park. For the first time ever here with the Hauck Designs Xfinity Series, we're going to have to see how these drivers truly navigate their way through that. But with the green flag pit stops well and underway, Argabright going to move into second. Gage now to third. Wiggins, Ramos, and Coro, as well as Anthony Shook and Zach Miller, all still out on the track, all still needing to make their final green flag pit stop. And it doesn't look like Janikin's ready to stop yet. He's going to keep it wound up and out on the racetrack. And there it is. He is going to come to pit road. Clark Janikin pulling to pit road this time around. What does Argabright do? Making that left-hand turn. Here comes Dave Gage following suit. Ooh, a little bit of a moment there for both of those drivers. You keep it underneath them. Nobody popped by the pit road police just yet here tonight. Alex Wiggins will cycle back to the front of the field once again here tonight in the Sunset Boulevard 170. Carlos Ramos right there behind him, Patrick Coro and Anthony Shook. Signaling fourth, Brian Chernowski get to round out your top 5. Only 5 drivers remaining to hit pit road. We're going to have just 25 laps to go this time around. It is go time. And Coro will stay out. Patrick Coro, I'm not quite so sure this is the strategy to have right here. Looks to be only about 17 seconds out in front of the race leader, and with that pit road delta being around, looks to be about 49, 50 seconds. I believe Kuro's going to give up quite a bit of track position when it's all said and done. Man, he must have heard us crew chiefs calling him to pit road. That's going to put the race lead eventually back in the hands of this man, the Mentality Motorsports number 8 machine, off of turn number 4, looking to cross the line and take back the race lead. Brian Turnowski out front for the moment. Turnowski kind of sliding a sneaky lap, let in on us here. And sometimes, you know, you got to do what you got to do. It's a long season, right? You got to get what points that you can get them how they come, take them when you can. Inside of the top 5, speed not there for a race win for that 28 machine of Turnowski. He's going to fight for a moment to keep himself out front, minimize the time lost, but still needing to make his final green flag pit stop. Turnowski will fall deep in the field. And there you have it, Brian Janelson gonna head to pit road. Clark Janikin out front, 4-second advantage. Daniel Jensen, Christian Avanti right here mixing things up with each other. Let's take a look at this one. We talked about drivers being able to ill afford pit road penalties at this juncture, at this point in the race. Final green flag pit stop made with less than 25 to go. Clean and clear on pit road all night long. This entire field has done absolutely amazing job coming to pit road at speed for the first time this season. The season kickoff right here at Auto Club Speedway. We've seen flag-to-flag racing action so far here. We dropped the green flag over 60 laps ago. We are down to just 20 laps to go this time around. Clark Janigan can cross the line. Give us just 20 to go. 40 miles of racing action remain here at Auto Club. You're watching the American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Designs Xfinity Series. A little bit of a slow stop for this PR Taco Palace 404 of Dave Gage. He's going to fall back a handful of positions now. Inside of the top 10 still, so a great run for him. Patrick Coro recovering well. Coro with a great run on and off pit road. He's going to pick up a total of 7 seconds on Dave Gage. Man, an amazing run, and Gage just super conservative. Gave up a ton of time coming on and off pit road, about 6 seconds slower than the rest of the field. costing Gage dearly on the track now, but we'll see if it pans out for him later on here. 19 laps now remain in the Sunset Boulevard 170. Where do we go? Let's see. We've got a close battle here. Let's go back. Right behind Dave Gage. Then you can see Ed Hauck, Cody Schultz. Mixing things up. Hauck on the bottom of the racetrack. Schultz at the top. That red, white, and blue Ford Mustang got a screaming eagle on the back. Wouldn't be more American than that. Close battle for positions inside of your top 15. We're going to go up to a battle now between Patrick Coro and Alex Wiggins. Coro has been able to do away with Dave Gage, send Gage back to 10th. Close racing inside of your top 5, guys. Let's head up there. Let's bring you the battle for the final positions on the podium. Mathia able to step away a little bit here in these last handful of laps, about the past 3 to 4 laps. Brandon Mathia behind the wheel of that quick trip. Matt Black, number 1, sitting in second. He's been able to step away from this Budweiser number 4, who qualified second, running in third for the majority of tonight's race. Daniel Jensen has been trying to track Mathia back down, unsuccessful at doing so. 16 laps to go this time around, and he's got a hungry Christian Abate behind him. Let's not forget about my Italian brother right here, man. Christian, we've missed you in the pit, in the post-race interviews, man. You gotta get one more position. Go up there and get it. Gotta be careful, though. You got TJ Grover right behind you in that Sim Magic Chevy Camaro, looking sporty here tonight. Great way to start season number 9 for Grover as well. TJ looking to open up the season with a great points day, doing so here tonight, rounding out your top 5. Great qualifying effort for Grover as well. And there it is, 18 bottom of the racetrack. Slide job attitude. Pulls the slide job out of turn 2. Look for the crossover into 3 from Abate. Will he look for it? No, Abate going to stay in the tire tracks. Move Grover now into 4th. Taking a little look on board here with the number 45 Red Mist Podcast Machine. The Chevy Camaro of Christian Abate down the backstretch, trying to hunt down TJ Grover. Under 15 laps to go. Let's go back to Derek Moore. There it is. Moore trying to close in on Arga Bright. Sitting in that 6th position, Arga Bright is your flagship Supra in the field here tonight. Highest running Toyota in the field. All the way back to 15th to find a fellow Toyota driver. Behind the wheel of that number 38 machine there, you can see now Zach Miller coming into the picture. Nicholas Wing has just been struggling a little bit tonight. Nicholas down 6 positions from where he qualified. Who, me? Yes, you, Nicholas Wing. Dropping 6 spots, little tough break here tonight for that 99. So we're going to head back around the track. What do you say we head out? Take a look at your race leader. Already over 6 seconds out front. Nice and easy drive here on Hump Day. What a way to end the midweek struggle, right? It's always a struggle. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, always so tough. Thursday, not so bad because you know you got Friday coming tomorrow. And Friday, who can't get through a Friday? I mean, it's a struggle sometimes, let's be honest. Nonetheless, 11 laps remaining here tonight. We're 11 laps, 22 miles away from seeing a completely green flag race to open up season number 9. And again, this is why the American Sim Motor Racing League is one of those top-notch leagues. And you hear me say it about a lot of the guys that I particularly cover. And the proof is in the pudding, right? Go back, check them out. I promise you. Put them up against any other series and leagues out here on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. And I promise you, the laps to caution ratio will be astonishingly better right here with the Turn 3 Racing Network, man. This is going to be so far since the beginning of the new year. We're 15 races in, and we've had 10 races now. Go flag to flag. Let that sink in for you. I personally have got 15 races in so far since the new year, and this will be number 10 that has seen 0 cautions. Come where the big boys play each and every Wednesday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. The ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinity Series. We're 9 laps away from crowning the California King. Mark Jenikin looking to get back into victory lane. Brandon Mathia, comfortable second position here. TJ Grober has since grabbed that 3rd spot away from Daniel Jensen. He has stepped out now to a 1.5 second advantage. So the top 3 pretty much solidify in the final few stages of tonight's race. Christian Avanti and Daniel Jensen, they're still battling for positions. That Casey's number 10 Ford Mustang of Andrew McConville fighting to just have a solid points day and a solid points night. McConville rounds out your top 15, but is listed off of the lead lap, so a little bit of a struggle here tonight for McConville. 3 wide for the majority of 3 and 4 that time around. Close little slide job here as Abati going to come across the nose of that number 10, trying to stay in touch, trying to stay in tow with that 4 of Jensen. Derek Moore, good run here tonight for the Harbor Freight Ford Mustang. Derek Moore inside of your top 10, up 1 spot from where he qualified. Just a solid, quiet night, really, for Moore. Has ran the majority of tonight's race inside of the top 10. Just unable to really make a whole lot of headway. But Moore going to walk away with a great points day. Speaking of great points day, we're going to go back here. You can see Dave Gage. What a run for Gage. Started back in 23rd. Here he is now, rounding out your top 10. And I know what you're thinking, Dave. It's only a top 10. Well, you pass 13 hard-nosed, talented drivers. And then we can discuss things, okay? We're just going to leave it at that. Looking to start that turn 3, sponsored David Cave, number 91. Off to a good start here in season number 9. Man, I told you, that thing looks pretty, looks fast, and he is inside of the top 10. Patrick Quoro sits in 9th with 5 laps to go. Daniel Jensen, Christian Avanti still working each other over. And man, this is kind of like the battle that wouldn't go away. Like the Raptor sponsored machine, I believe that is going to be We're having a tough time seeing the number on the side of the car. That is going to be the 21 of Anthony Schulk. Down multiple laps here. Get an up-close personal seat of some great racing action. Involving drivers inside of the top 5. 4 laps to go. Battle's kind of going away now. Argerbright and Moore, closest battle on the racetrack. Let's go here. Let's watch that battle. We're 6th and 7th on the racetrack now as we cross the line. This time around, we're going to have 3 to go. Clark Janikin will work his way off of turn number 4 and back across the stripe. Janikin gives us just 3 to go. Great racing action to start things off here tonight. From Auto Club Speedway, we've seen 2, 3 wide, 4 wide at times through the tri-oval on the early opening laps here tonight. In the Sunset Boulevard 170, there you can see race leader Clark Janikin. He's going to work his way off of turn number 4, back across the stripe. Popsicle sticks now on display. Race leader just 2 laps to go. Michael Overstreet and Jake Duffin going at it for 17th and 18th position on the racetrack, just in front of your race leader. But out of 4, coming to the stripe, white flag flies. Final lap here tonight in Sunset Boulevard 170, brought to you by the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinity Series. We're gonna go flag to flag here tonight, and this man out front has shown the way for over 70 laps out of the 85 in the official race distance. Absolute domination for the Las Vegas native into 3 for the final time here tonight. Clark Janikin will bring it back to the stripe, and Janikin will walk away with your race win. And here it is, off of 4, coming to the stripe. There it is, checkered flag, and Janikin back to victory lane. Brendan Bethea going to cross the line in second with TJ Grober finishing in 13th. Third. Daniel Jensen 4th. Christian Abati back in 5th. Derek Moore, Argerbright, Wiggins, Coro, and Gage round out your top 10. What a run, what a night, what a show for this man. He's led so many laps here tonight. Amazing job walking away with the Premier Racing Center Pole Award and the race win. He's going to enjoy a little bit of post-race celebrating, give the fans in the stands a smoke show. So as he enjoys his celebratory burnouts on the front stretch, we're going to take a short commercial break. Get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And backtrack side as promised for your post race show at the conclusion of tonight's Sunset Boulevard 170. We're going to dive right into things quickly here. Let's see if we can't grab a few words with the man that finished with that final spot on the podium, fast behind the wheel of that number 18 machine here tonight. TJ, how you feeling, bud?
Doing good, man. Long time no talk.
It's been a minute, but you know the important thing is you're here now after a solid night to open up season number 9. Um, you qualified well. You ran right where you qualified. So just a good night overall for you. How you feeling about the season start, and how you looking towards next week's race at Atlanta? A little bit different style racing at Atlanta.
I'm looking forward to the season. I'm not too familiar with the Xfinity car, so to qualify third and to hold on to third was definitely a success today. But yeah, old Atlanta is gonna kill the right front, so it'll be definitely be interesting. Not having much experience in these and running a track that just eats away at that right front. I might be tasting the wall a few times.
Well, a few drivers tasted the wall here tonight. You fortunately did not. And if you're just getting used to it and you're running this well, the competition better put themselves on notice because they're going to have to deal with you quite often, I would believe. But nonetheless, man, great start to the season. You know how this thing goes in the post race show. So before we let you enjoy a great points day here tonight, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, shout out to my teammate Anthony Shook. Big shout out to Dave and Clark for convincing me to come back and run with all you guys. Missed it. Just had some other stuff to take care of. Shout out to ASMR Racing and Turn 3. Appreciate you guys.
Well, we appreciate you, TJ. We're glad to have you back on track and glad to get you back in these post race shows. We look forward to catching up with you multiple more times this season. I know you're going to get there. So until next time, my friend, stay safe and, of course, keep it fast. All right, there you go. A few words from the man that finished in the final spot on the podium here tonight. Qualified third, walks away third. TJ Grober, the Hudson, Colorado native, with a fantastic way to kick things off here for season number 9. That's going to move us right along the list to a familiar name, familiar face. We're going to talk to him here in the post race show. Finishing second here tonight, up 10 spots from where he qualified. Brendan, man, how'd you get it done?
Uh, just kept it clean, I guess. That's all you can do. I wasn't. I don't know. I was a little frustrated in practice because I was like 11th practice, like super slow, and qualified like 12th or something. And that's like really slow. I'm used to qualifying within the top 5, so it was pretty frustrating. I couldn't figure the track out, but I ran a lot of races here, and so I knew on the long run I might be okay. So I was okay.
Well, sometimes it's not about that fire off 1 to 2 lap speed or even that 10 lap speed. You know, you get into these long green flag runs that we've seen here tonight, completely green flag from start to finish here tonight. So the long run management definitely prevalent throughout the field. You look to be one of the drivers that were able to handle that the best. So knowing that you had that knowledge of so many races, and knowing that the long run uh, is really where the speed's at. Did it make you feel comfortable after that first round of green flag pit stops, the headway that you had already made?
Yeah, I would say after the first round, I was feeling a little bit better. Then once I got up to like second, I don't know when I got to second, but at some point I got to second, and I thought the four was just gonna blow my doors off, and then I was just you know doing what I could to keep him behind, and then I just kind of stayed there for the remainder of the race. So it wasn't the way I expected it to go. I didn't. I mean, there's a ton of talent in this league, so for me to finish second, I'm kind of baffled by it. Because I did like pre-race, I was like, "There's no way I might not even get a top 10." So definitely feeling pretty good.
Well, don't shortchange yourself. I know your fans out there in TV land and in the stands, definitely rooting for you week in, week out. You're giving them something to be proud of. Leaving tonight's uh, season kickoff here at Auto Club with a great second place showing. Before we let you go, though, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, first shout out always goes to you for doing a great broadcast, and you allow for my family, friends, all that good stuff to watch, tune in, see what I can, maybe can't do sometimes. And shout out to Clark for robbing the cradle tonight, and then shout out to my teammates and all the admins that put this together.
Well, Brendan, as always, a pleasure to catch up with you at the tail end of these things. We're going to see how the rest of the season pans out for you. I would expect to talk to you a handful of times this season. We'll see if you can live up to that. But until next
I
time,
hope so.
we hope so too, so we look good. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, I plan on being back, so hopefully in victory lane next time though.
All right. Well, until then, my man, stay safe and, of course, keep it fast.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. Brandon Mathea going to walk away with second here tonight, up 10 spots from where he qualified. Great run for the Quick Trip sponsored #1 machine, and that's going to move us right along the list. A man that really doesn't need much of an introduction. We talked to him quite a bit, and we're going to kick the season off with talking to him in victory lane after snatching the pole award, leading the most laps here tonight. Clark, how comfortable was it for those final 20 laps?
Yeah, it was just managing the gap really. I knew I had fresher tires, and I felt like I finally got on and off pit road really well. So I was praying there wasn't a caution. That's really all there was those last 20.
Well, man, when you unloaded here tonight, did you think you were going to be able to dominate the way you did? I mean, we're back behind the wheel of these Xfinity machines. It's been a handful of seasons since we ventured into the Xfinity ride. Did you think there was going to be a little more rust to have to shake off?
Oh, 100%. I hadn't been on the sim in about a month, and I hadn't driven these cars in longer than that. But there's something about Auto Club. I love this track. It's definitely one of my best, if not my best. So I was surprised with the pole. I really didn't think I put down a good lap. Hell, I junked the car on lap 1 and had to reset. But from there, it was really just staying in clean air. I mean, dirty air, it makes it so tough to pass, and these things are horrible when you're side by side. They just bog both of you down. So being able to start out front really just catapulted me to the win.
Well, I can guarantee you just made it to where Auto Club won't be on any future schedules. You just gave away your bread and butter, man. What are you thinking, man?
It's good to win this week because I won't be here next week. So at least I'll at least be close in the points.
All right. Now, see, we had a little thing going on with the chat here tonight. We did an over-under. You're going to laugh when you hear this one, but I got to do it. We had an over-under on cookies eaten by Dave tonight.
Oh,
what's your
I'm
number?
hammering the over. I don't even know what the number is. I'm hammering the over. It's for sure over.
I said he had at least 5. I believe.
Oh, more than
I believe
that.
I
He's
said
probably double digits.
double dip. Dang, double dipping.
It's the Cookie Monster.
I like it. I like it. No wonder we never get to talk. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Dave, we love you, brother. We love you. Now, Clark, an amazing job, an amazing way to kick off the season, as always, fast and back into victory lane. You know the drill, so we're going to step back. Mike is yours.
Yeah, appreciate Ed sponsoring the series and also making all my paint schemes this year. They look absolutely amazing. He did a wonderful job. I appreciate Mentality as always. All the guys at TTB. It's a blast running with them. It's also fun to just hang out in general and talk to some guys like Krober and Shook and Burlow. And shout out to the league, man. 85 laps, 0 cautions. That's awesome.
Absolutely. If we could cuss and get away with it, we probably would right now, man. You guys did an amazing job. Old Atlanta coming up next week. So a little bit tougher test. We'll see how everybody goes when we're back in action next Wednesday night. But until then, enjoy the race win. And, of course, stay safe and keep it fast.
Appreciate it.
All right, there it is. Clark Janikin back to his winning ways, back into victory lane once again. It's just the start of the season, and we're already cutting it up in these post-race interviews with Janik, and we're going to see how many times we get to do it throughout the season. I would expect to see him as a staple in the post-race show. Speaking of shows, what a way to start things off here in season number 9. 85 laps of green flag action. 2 rounds of green flag pit stops, and Clark Janikin going to lead the most laps, take the pole position here tonight, and walk away with the race win. Can't ask for more than that. And as you can hear producers hitting the buttons in the background, it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results in the Sunset Boulevard 170 for the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinity Series, walking away with the race win in hand. Behind the wheel of that mentality, number 8, Clark Janikin. Brandon Mathia going to pilot the quick trip, number 1 home to second, while TJ Grover slides home third. Daniel Jensen 4th, Christian Avanti back in 5th with Derek Moore 6th, sliding home 7th here tonight. 41 machine up, Doug Argabright, the Los Angeles native, just shy of that top 5. Alex Wiggins going to sit home in 8th, 9th place tonight to Patrick Coro, Dave Gage 10th. Lieutenant Carlos Ramos going to bring the 97 home to 11th, 12th place tonight to Ed Hauck. Zach Miller in 13th with Cody Schultz and Andrew McConville. Rounding out your top 15, the 99 of Nicholas Swing going to have a little bit of a struggle. Finish 1 lap down in 16th. Michael Overstreet behind him in 17th. 18th tonight, newcomer debut night here with the ASMR Xfinity Series. Jack Dauphin going to bring the 13th home in 18th. Brian Ternowski and Nick Burlow round out your top 10. Shook, Hartman, Bledsoe, and Strauss finish out your 24 car field. That's going to do it for us. We're going to begin to cut off lights, getting to roll up the cords, get ready to head to Atlanta Motor Speedway. Going to be a crazy night. Right fronts are going to be giving up. We'll see who pounds that outside wall. We stayed clean this week. We'll see if we see the caution flag fly for the first time next week at Atlanta. But before we go, if you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Join us in that push to 4,000 subscribers. Show them the love and drop the thumbs up. Click subscribe. Smash the bell over there on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself or anyone else. Back at the headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. So with all that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.